All right. Back for the week.
How was your week?
The week was all right. Actually did all of my Christmas shopping online. I don't know. Well, I bought a couple things in the store.
I got one of your things online, which is coming.
Oh, that's right.
So you have 3 out of 4 gifts.
See, now this is what confuses me because, and it's much appreciated for the gifts. I got the Funko Proto Man, Funko Rush.
You like Mega Man.
I enjoy the hell out of Mega Man.
You like whiskey.
I got whiskey. I got Jameson Caskmates.
Yeah.
Which I've had before. It's been a long time. Don't really recall what it tastes like.
Ooh, we'll have a whiskey a whiskey podcast.
We can do a whiskey cast, even though you won't try your Macallan.
Yeah.
You'll get to it. I know you will. Outside of that, for Christmas, early Christmas, it's not here yet during this recording, but I decided to make Matt a connoisseur of sorts of Batman. Batman things.
I believe the correct term is bat fan.
A bat fan of Batman things. So I made him a key holder.
Yes, because I did mention how I was looking for a key holder for my apartment. There's 4 people in my apartment. We all keep our keys in a pile.
It is. And I was there for the conversation that we should all get.
And you were like, hey.
I was like, well, I remembered. I was like, hey, this gives me a reason to buy a tool.
Like
Well, because I always need reason to buy tools.
Of course.
And I've always wanted a router. We discussed it on the way over here, that I don't really need a router for anything that I've wanted a router for. But in order to make these things, I need a router. So I bought it, and I made you a... What bat symbol is that? I'm hoping that's 89 bat symbol.
That is 89 bat symbol, yes.
But I've seen it, but that looks really similar to Batgirl symbol.
No, that's 89 bat symbol.
Okay. That's a little selfish on my end because 89 Batman is my favorite Batman.
That's fine. That's a good Batman. And that's a classic symbol.
To me, it's the most solid symbol because when you go into Batman Beyond and all that, like, they get a little too pointy.
Yeah.
They get a little...
Batman, the first animated series, and not the new adventures of Batman and Robin, he has that yellow and black symbol on his chest, which looks like what you got me, the kind of the more rounded emblem, which I'm a big fan of. I love it. I also love the current Batman Rebirth Batman symbol, which has a little yellow outline around the bat itself.
But what is the bat itself? Is it a little, because the new Batman is more squared?
What are you talking about?
It's more straight. I'm talking the Nolanverse.
Are you talking about the Nolanverse, or are you talking about Batfleck? Because Ben Batfleck has a very square symbol too.
I don't know about that.
I
can't pull that one.
Excuse me.
Edit that out.
The Ben Affleck bat symbol is squared and more similar to the Dark Knight Returns Batman. A very, if you will, fat bat with little pointed things on its head.
That one's just a series. There's very little curves in that one, right?
There's very little curves.
It's all straight lines. And you see, I thought about that one,
bigger
but
bat.
Personally, I didn't like that
bigger
one.
Bat. Well, it's not for you.
Well, I understand it, but I have to consider that it's for you.
Oh.
So it wasn't like, oh, fuck him, whether he likes 89 Batman or not.
You did the classic route, which I appreciate.
Because honestly, it was this. There were 3 options I put myself with. It was this, Adam West bat symbol.
Okay, yeah.
Or, because I was in Adam West mindset, I was just going to do a big, like, pow. Or find one of the random, like, kerplunks.
Yeah.
And try to do that.
That would have been good.
It would have been good, but at that point in time, 3 days ago, when I first started routing... I was not at the level to where I could do multiple sets.
And there you are.
3 days later, I am.
I'm selling them for...
Now I'm selling them, yes.
30 a pop.
For only doing 3 of them, I'm coming over.
TheMarsPod@gmail.com.
TheMarsPod@gmail.com. We did set up our email just now.
Just about as of 30 seconds ago, I'd say.
Indeed.
How long this one's going
so
for.
the Mars Pod, let us know. Let us know how bothersome we are to you, or how good.
How many things we get wrong?
We're gonna get a lot wrong.
So much.
So,
wrong.
also
If
keep
you
it.
just want to say hi,
Yeah, just say hi. Say how's it going. Say
I
hey.
like it.
Why don't you shit on this, Rob?
Will give us a reason to maybe make a Facebook,
Yeah, we could.
maybe make a Twitter.
We could. Yeah, we can make a Twitter. It seems like a lot more people are interested in Twitter.
I don't like Twitter.
I have a Twitter. I don't. The only thing I do on Twitter did on Twitter was like on my Instagram. I would just click Twitter also, but very, very seldom did I say, guess what? I'm gonna post on Twitter.
Fair enough. No, I did all my. I've done most of my shopping already, and this is going to be posted after Christmas, so I don't mind saying. I got my girlfriend a fish tank for her fish because she's
real fish tank.
Because she's always bitching about how the fish tank is too small.
She bought that fish tank, that small fish tank, no?
Yeah, and she's going on like she's like, oh, he can't swim around this tree I have, and I'm kind of like, well, get it, like, oh, I can just get him a bigger one. So I got him. The thing is, he's a beta fish, which apparently aren't meant to have the biggest tanks. And I saw one for discount, like it was marked off, and it was a huge tank, and I was like, but wait, it's a tiny fish. And I found one for a beta fish that's a bigger, round one.
Is it the classic fishbowl?
No, it's
the Pinocchio Figaro.
No,
possible?
it has a LED light in the center.
Nice.
So the fish can just keep swimming around it.
Will the fish just swim around?
It'll just be never ending. Like,
really?
this one, the one the fish is in now is just picture the Superman emblem. Look at it from the top, and then like that.
Just that triangle shape?
Yeah, but with that little. Imagine the triangle, but with the corners cut off straight, because that's what the Superman emblem is. Can you picture it?
Oh, okay.
Okay, but that, so it's just like, yeah, it can swim towards the corner or away from the corner.
Yeah,
but
it's a small fucking tank.
Now, if it's just going in circles.
Haven't you had multiple betas?
I haven't. No, I've never had a fish.
Oh,
and this is her first fish.
Oh, okay. I used to have fish growing up. I had an octopus at one point.
Oh, fuck off.
What's funny, I used to have a lot of angelfish.
Oh.
And they kept jumping out of the tank, I think because my dad would fill the water up so high.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in charge of it. I was young. But I had an octopus that we used to keep a cinder block on top of the tank because I guess he had gotten out a few times.
Oh, that's terrifying. I don't know if you know this, but I have a crippling fear of octopuses.
Octopi are actually scary. But that is how he died. He got out of the tank. And he just laid on the ground until he died. Stop. It was a big... However, the tank was really cool because it was a maybe 2 foot tall octagonal tank. So that always stuck out, and that was always interesting. So after that, we just decided to have turtles. Because in San Bernardino, California, we became part of the Turtle Club, which met every first or last Friday of the month at the San Bernardino County Museum. And for new members, they gave away turtles. We had multiple turtles.
That's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind a turtle.
Red-eared sliders, by the way.
Ooh.
And they coo. Ooh. They make noises.
Fair enough.
It's good times. That's our aquatic.
That's the
aquatic portion.
The aquatic cast.
Yes. But now...
Any questions, aquatic pod.
The aquatic
pod. Gmail.
At Gmail to Mars. So, let's see. This week, where are we at this week?
We did our first scary movie, I think, ever.
It is a scary... Now, would this be in the horror realm or the thriller?
This is a thriller.
Okay.
It explains itself at the end that it is a thriller, in a way.
And this is a movie you knew nothing about.
No, you told me to watch it.
Did you know of its existence?
No.
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I do like, what's his name? I'm looking at his name now, I can hardly say it.
He's got a weird fucking...
Charlotte Couple.
I think it's like one of those things where the
X is silent.
Yeah, something. Yeah, the alphabet is silent.
Yeah, but no, he's the guy in District 9.
Yeah, District 9, Hardcore Harry.
Oh, he is in Hardcore Harry.
Yeah, he's Hardcore Harry.
Oh, I still haven't seen that. I want to watch that.
I haven't seen it either.
So no, but
he's good.
This is
Chappie. He's in Chappie, no?
No, Chappie.
I want to say he's got something to do with Chappie.
Chappie's to say, maybe.
Because he's got producing credits and directing credits.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Listen to his pod. I think he's on the Nerdist.
Oh.
He does an episode with Hardwick, I believe. Good episode.
Okay.
That's how I learned about that. I
Shout out
believe
to the
that's how I
Nerdist.
learned about this movie.
So this is a amnesia zombie movie, correct? Like to say if you're trying to get someone to watch it
Yeah.
before you explain it, it's because there will be spoilers for this movie because this is a.
Oh, definitely.
Because I don't think we've done anything that's required us to say spoilers.
No, this is a what? This is a
2013.
This is a 13. Yeah.
This is our newest.
Mm-hmm. Now, before you watched it, did you read anything on it? Did you look at the?
No.
You just was like, Rob said, "Go for it." Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because also I felt bad because I bailed on you. So I think
that's the only reason you watched
I think
this?
the text you sent me after I sent many apology texts was, so we're doing Power Rangers and Open Grave next session, and I just said yes. So I was like, oh, watch it, no problem.
Awesome.
So if you ever want me to watch something, just wait till I let you down,
right?
And make me feel bad.
Now, did you watch it? Was this a solo watch? Did you watch it with Con Air? Did you watch it with the lady?
I watched it this morning. When I woke up early enough.
Did you bring Wham into it?
No, he wouldn't watch it. It's too scary for him.
Fuck you, really?
He'd probably think it is.
Jesus.
Going back to now, I'm like, no, it wouldn't be.
No.
But he'd look at it like, no, oh no, that's too scary. I can't watch that. He's too scared to get a Lyft driver on his own.
Is he really?
Yeah. Well, he hasn't admitted it, but I know he is.
Will he get his own Uber driver?
Yeah, no, he will not.
You get in a Lyft or an Uber. You sit front seat or back seat?
Depends what mood I'm in.
I go front seat. I've always been front. I think maybe the first time I went back seat, but I've always been front
sometimes
seat.
I go back seat when I'm just like, because I've been getting a lot because my car is broken. I just applied for a loan today actually.
Oh, look at you!
So being all adult. So hopefully by tomorrow I'll know if I'm getting $7,000 off the bank.
Hey yo!
Yeah,
very nice. That's a good amount.
Me and Rob going back out looking for cars again. Remember last time?
Yeah, I remember last time.
Woo.
You told the guy I got $5 to spend on it, and you did not realize you had to specify $500.
Yeah, it was actually like $5.
Yeah, it would have been more accurate.
But the lady seemed very confident that I would get approved.
Oh, good.
So
good. Let your credit build a little bit.
Because it has been, and she's like, wow, and I've nice stable. Anyway, we're not talking. This is a credit cast.
I'm currently at 700.
Huh?
I think I'm still 700.
795 last time I checked.
You were
6. Sorry,
no, I was about to say,
whoa.
You are not in front of me. I'm sitting around fucking 28 credit cards, and you've got one kind of credit card.
No, I got a couple of one.
Stay away from Credit One, man. Capital One solid. Stay away from Credit One.
Oh yeah.
Very, very similar to Capital One, the emblem.
So,
but
Open Grave.
Open Grave.
It had a cold open, rare for a movie.
Very cold open.
Our main character, who is yet to be named, because as expected, I did get the idea that it was an amnesia movie. I don't know how. Maybe I did accidentally read that.
Well, the way he wakes up is like it can't be anything but.
But I didn't know everyone was going to be.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since I watched it. I had to pay attention.
So our main character, the guy from District 9,
Paul Copley.
Yeah, he wakes up in you guessed it, open grave.
Huge open grave.
Huge one with about
giant.
Like, there's at least 20 bodies. At least 20 bodies in there.
Oh yeah.
All dead, and there's a lot of breathing and cracking, which I felt uneasy about.
Cracking.
Like he's moving his shoulder, his back, and he keeps.
Yeah, I got you.
And I'm like, okay, I guess like that's cool. It's implied. Like, was this guy dead before?
Very dramatic.
Is this guy a zombie now?
No.
But is he going through the different phases of being a zombie? That's what was going through my head.
We'll touch on the zombiness because the zombiness is very different in this movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Extremely different.
Which what makes it kind of different?
It makes it good. They did good.
What does he have on him when he wakes up?
He has on him. He has a gun. And a piece of paper, doesn't he? No.
That's until the end.
Oh, okay.
He has a gun, a Zippo, and
That's right.
and some keys.
That's right. Wakes up with a gun, keys, and Zippo. Yeah, I'm sorry, I did not look at it. And a wound. He's got a wound on his arm that looks like and is later on confirmed as a bite mark, which not extremely spoilery, because this is not a bitey zombie movie.
No, this isn't one of those oh my god, I got bit, chop his arm off type of thing.
It's not. It's not.
Have you seen 28 Days Later?
I've watched both of them, both 28 Days, and don't remember much of them.
So I have written here, boy throws rope down, he climbs up. You know,
you
it's
have
not,
that written down. Not a boy.
Yeah, I you know, because that's how honest
okay.
I am. I am in the moment with my notes.
You got to be. You got to. And we're talking about a short-haired.
I basically live tweet my notes. I'm not gonna go back and edit it.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I'm gonna go. I don't like because when we did Narnia.
Fuck Narnia.
I paused it a lot.
Did you?
Because I had to keep up.
And
then I went, you know what? I'm just
gonna
let this one go. I didn't stop this movie once except to pee and to make some eggs.
Oh, what kind of eggs?
Oh, I made an omelet.
Did you?
2-egg omelet.
That's good.
Not 3, as LL Cool J would say. Cause
ladies love Cool James.
Have you seen? You've seen Deep Blue Sea?
I love Deep Blue Sea.
Remember when he was wondering what his legacy would be? Mm-hmm. And he looked at the camera and he was like, I would like to talk about the perfect omelet, which is made of 2 eggs, not 3, which is a mistake. A lot of people would use milk to make it fluffier.
Use water.
Ooh, he didn't say that. It cut off then.
I learned that on Oprah.
Ooh. Anyway, so yeah, I made an omelet. What
else was in the omelet?
I had some broccoli.
Really?
Cheese.
It's a solid omelet. Meat? Do you have any ham?
No, I didn't have any meat in it. And mushroom.
That's good. Do you not have lunch meat laying around? You could put some lunch meat in there?
Not as much. A lot of times it's Conairs and I don't want to steal it. I already steal enough of the stuff.
You can take Conairs.
Okay, thanks.
You let him know I said it's okay.
Cool. He'll just listen. He'll be like...
He will.
I know exactly what face he'll do.
He couldn't have changed that fucking car seat out by himself.
What the fuck?
Oh, he doesn't.
And he'll listen to this and he'll be like, he's doing a really good impression of me.
Good. He can lull it up.
So he crawls out of the pit and then it says cold. It says open grave.
It does.
So cold open.
Actually,
it's raining too.
The way it says open grave, I think it's a good title opening.
Agreed.
Because it's like a weird, like it's a fade in, fade out.
Yeah.
But it's not a common fade in, fade out.
Yeah.
I think it's this whole thing is very original.
Yeah, it's a good movie, and I think a part of me likes it more because I didn't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it's my favorite movie of the last couple of months.
You would or would not?
Would not.
Okay.
Because like it's not my favorite movie ever, of course.
No.
But when people say, when people find a movie like this, like it's definitely my favorite movie in the last 3 months I've seen.
Would you pass this movie on? Would you say, hey?
If you want a good, if you want a good thriller. Mm-hmm. Here's something, and I would do the same. I would tell him nothing. Be like, yeah, there's zombies in it.
Yeah, there's zombies in it.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to telegraph it? Could you tell what was coming up or whatever? Because even having watched it before, but a while ago, I was still like, I think this is happening, but I don't know.
You can tell the standard everyone has amnesia next couple of scenes. They don't trust each other. There's going to be some alliances.
Right.
The whole Jason Bourne thing's going to happen where, I can do this, but I don't know how because there's a guy. So basically he's a
cop or something?
He thinks he used to be. I bet he was.
That's funny. He thinks he used to be.
No, he said, I think I used to be a cop.
Yeah. No, I know
and then he was probably like a hired gunman.
Probably.
So our hero who later gets called John Doe, because we'll explain why, but we'll call him John Doe. He finds this house near the grave, and he goes in there with his gun out first. Like he goes in gun first.
Has to.
Which I have written, very smart move.
Definitely smart move. A lot of people won't do that. Meets
a whole bunch of people. And who's on the ground? Is it the gun guy who's on the ground?
No, that is Nathan. I'm find out because
sure
you know what? It takes a no, it doesn't. Because within the first 10 minutes, everybody.
You sure
but his
it's
name.
Nathan? Or you sure it's not the gun guy?
Lucas?
Yeah. No,
Lucas is the asshole in plaid.
No, Lucas is the asshole. The gun guy's named Michael.
Oh, it is. I'm gonna say it's Nate.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna say, do I have
but
it?
But he is like so everyone's talking. You can't.
Right.
It's mumbling. You can't really hear it.
Right. Yeah, a lot of talk over.
And then he comes in and they're like, whoa, man, whoa, and he's like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck? Like, who am I? Who are you? And no one knows who each other are. Then this guy comes back to life in the same manner as John Doe did.
Very gaspy,
very crackly because of his bones. And he's like, I don't know who I am.
Right. So, we got 5 people. We got 5 people. And then 6.
Sharon, Sorry. Okay, so we got Sharon, Lucas, Michael, Nate, John Doe, and
Mute.
then the mute.
She never has a name, does she?
No.
Okay. Just a mute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ever done as little Asian lady, but yeah, mute is a good word.
Mm-hmm. And they're going over. They're trying to figure it out. Put your gun down. You put your gun down.
Yeah, typical. No one has memory
Because
but
asshole
these guys
Lucas
have
has
guns.
a shotgun, right? Or some sort of a rifle.
Yes.
And
Lucas has a shotgun. He has a John Doe has a revolver, and they're going at each other.
Right. District 9. They're just at a little standoff.
Yeah. Fucking prunes.
Uh-huh. Now, where do these? They end up figuring out their names by some IDs.
Some of them have IDs.
Where do these IDs come? Is it just a pile of IDs?
No, yeah. He just
or they have them on their person?
They have IDs on them.
Okay.
Much like you should. California state law. You should always have your ID on you.
Always. Not allowed to have two of the same. You can have a driver's license and an ID. You cannot have two of each or two of the same.
Each. That's 4 IDs on you.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you're not allowed. I was called out on it. I had 2 driver's licenses with me one day, and the officer told me I wasn't allowed to.
So they say, I have it written down here. They say we're all in the same boat here about 3 times in this scene.
Do they?
I
remember it once. We're all in the same boat except him.
And then they're like, hey, we're all in the same boat here. Yeah, we're all in the same boat except him. Yeah, but look at this boat we're all in. They also, I thought, because I kept writing it down too, about 3 of the actors, or maybe 4, they all say, I'm okay. I'm okay.
They all double okay?
They all double, I'm okay.
Mm.
And I was thinking, is this going to come back? Is this a thing? Because they're all freaking out and they're like, wait. I'm okay.
Well, they have to let everybody know because nobody knows anything. So it's like, hey, you know what? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
The mute knows, though. We find out, spoiler.
But she doesn't speak English. And she acts like she doesn't know anyone.
It's not even speaking English. She just doesn't speak.
Yeah.
Even when she's on, even when later on in the movie where she's in that rapey instant, she barely tries to scream.
They don't trust John Doe because he woke up in a pile of dead bodies. Rightly so.
There's no trust in that house whatsoever.
Why would there be? You don't know anything.
No, I get you.
Except for Lucas, who automatically trusts all the girls because I think he just...
Oh, yeah, he's trying to get a piece.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, he thinks he's in a relationship with a couple of them.
Yes. Asian lady's trying to let people know as much as she can what's going on by pointing out the bruise on her arm is the same bruise as on Lucas's arm.
Right.
Which makes sense now.
Definitely.
After I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, that does make sense. But at the time, I'm like, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
House is fully stocked.
Right. Yeah, because they decide, let's check the house.
Yeah.
Which is weird that nobody's done it before.
Well, you find out that they only woke up like that 20 minutes ago.
Oh, the rest of them did as well.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They all woke up about 20 minutes prior to him walking in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Sharon's... Because, that Nate guy just woke up when John Doe walked in.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's right. Which makes it weird to jump to the end. I mean, it's very spoiler alert from the beginning. You have to have watched this movie before without getting pissed off. But to know where the antidote is or whatever, there's no way they had that many on them.
Why not? Why didn't they all just... They're in... Well, okay, we'll get back to that.
Gotcha.
So they go around and then they see when John Doe, when he finds all the food, he sees a fridge with a calendar with the 18th circled,
right,
which is 2 days away.
Right.
Why is it circled?
Right. Well, we find that out obviously later on. What confused...
Mute knows why it's circled, but
Mute knows
doesn't
for
understand
sure
how to express it.
No, but here's the weird thing about it. So let's say you're in this situation.
Yep.
You find this calendar with the date circled. Every date is crossed off except for the 17th in this case. It's easy to trust that, but how deceiving?
How do you know it's the 17th?
Right. I mean, what if it's just some out of date calendar? What if it's October, not April?
I remember when I used to mark off calendar. I definitely skipped 2 or 3 days.
All the people I've amnesia thrown into a house, I usually just leave an old rusty calendar around.
So after they find food, everyone else finds ammo, and then Michael is just Jason Bourning the shit out of all these guns.
Mm-hmm.
Just
he knows what he's doing.
Richard, everything's done.
Definitely. Are we getting we get a little flashback?
A little flashback, yeah.
A quick little flashback,
Yeah.
which we'll get throughout the movies. They get a little more intense.
All done by John Doe at the start, and then at the end it all adds up.
He also speaks. John Doe speaks French, doesn't he?
No, Nathan finds out he speaks Latin,
Oh, really?
and then he finds out he speaks French,
Oh, he speaks two.
and then he finds out he speaks Italian.
Fuck that. He does three?
Yeah.
Wow.
Later on in the movie, Nate finds out that John Doe speaks Latin as well. When they're trying to get into that room with the bolted door. So Asian girl runs away, and our hero and Sharon, who actually plays Barbara Gordon in the Gotham series. I don't know if I was telling you that.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, I guess it's the...
Gotham sucks.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they were...
As an avid Batman fan, Bat fan,
I watched
as we
the first,
coined earlier on.
Indeed. I watched the first couple episodes of the first season, and the only part that I essentially hated was Jada Pinkett Smith. Because I thought, Fishy Mahoney? What did she call herself?
Fish Malone, yeah.
Fish Malone. I thought it was just a stupid character. But I was curious to see how they were going to do the Penguin, because that was kind of working out, and... there's no way I was going back to it because it was just so shitty.
So they run into the woods. Barbara Gordon figures out that they're miles from any city because there's all the stars in the sky, which make perfect sense. That is the most logical way to figure out you're miles from any civilization if you can see the stars. And I gave that movie a point for that.
His movie's rather logical. Like
there's a lot of
smart.
amnesia logic.
Definitely.
If anything, too much, because I got really pissed off whenever it cut to the actors looking in the mirror and being like, "Oh my god, that's me." I'm like, "Okay, I get it. You have amnesia.
Right.
Keep the plot going." I'm almost too sick of
but
all
it's
the
good because
amnesia.
they don't dwell on it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, and they don't force them to go to mirrors. It's just like, oh, I'm walking across. Oh, I'm by myself. But to the actor's credit, it does look well that they're
doing that.
They're kind of like they have that like, oh, who the fuck am I look.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has meaning. I mean, not all of them need to do it, but it plays a point.
So they go out to look for the mute, and they find 2 dead bodies tied to trees. What's going on with them?
Got them tied to trees. I mean, we figure it out later on.
Yeah.
Why they're tied to trees. But where are they getting all this barbed wire? Because it's all barbed wire.
They love barbed wire.
There's a lot of barbed wire in this movie.
Barbed wire. Barbara Gordon or barbed wire? Barbed wire Gordon.
Barbara wire?
Barbara Gordon wire.
Ooh. That's a little more
back
edgy.
Back of the house. Yeah, Nate finds out he can speak French and Latin, and then later on we find out he speaks Italian. And then back out in the woods, the mute's feeding a zombie.
Right, but we hear a lot of yelling though.
Yes, these are very screamy zombies.
Is it the zombie that's getting screamy?
Yeah, because she doesn't scream. Remember when?
Right, she can't.
Remember when? Spoiler: one of them died, and she was crying, but she couldn't scream it.
Right.
So
which is weird because deaf and mute, they can make noises, right? They just can't form words.
They just don't want to, in a way, I guess.
You're calling them lazy.
Oh wow. No.
You can't talk. Yeah. You can't talk or hear me because you're lazy.
Not what I said.
It's all right.
If you're a mute, email in.
I don't. Well, they could email, but
themarspod.com.
I don't think
they're just going to send blank emails because they can't type.
I don't think it's going to be transcribed for them.
All right.
So
there's subtitles.
But okay, so we have the zombie is being fed, and then it talks.
Yeah, it says
not a corny talk, but
it recognizes John Doe.
It does,
and it's like pissed. You. So, what's going on there?
I don't know.
So many what's going on. So many the first season of Lost questions.
Definitely.
Like, where's the smoke monster? What is this hatch? This and that and that. What's after that?
After they feed, he knows them. This is not the one. This is not Helen, correct?
No.
Okay.
So they cut back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get into that. Oh wait, sorry. They find a camera in the shack.
In the shack that they're feeding him in?
Yeah, they're feeding her in.
Okay.
And they're trying to figure out who the hell is watching them, what the hell is going on. Which I thought was kind of weird. Like, is there an overall villain to this thing and someone's watching them?
Mm-hmm.
Which, was cool. It's like, basically, there's a lot of what-if moments in this movie that I liked.
Definitely.
But, it all cleaned up at the end, which was satisfying. And then they go back to the house, and he tries to get into this locked... Because everyone has a set of keys on them, right? Pretty much.
I don't think everybody does. Okay. I think the house has a key, and the house has a set of keys, and District 9 has a set of keys.
Okay. Well, they're trying to figure out the keys for this locked room, but he's trying to open it with a crowbar, but this guy Nate, who's basically, he's having deja vu. He's like, I feel like I know you. I feel like I know you a lot. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're friends. Maybe we're this. But he figures out he can also speak Italian, and then figures out that him and John Doe can speak Latin, which I don't see the symbolic in.
They don't. Do they speak Latin together? Like,
no, he says a phrase in Latin, and then he speaks it back to him, like in English.
Oh,
to each is their own, or something like that.
Huh. I didn't catch that part.
So they all go to bed. They'll get some rest. It's the 17th now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they all wake up. They're eager to go out, looking to see what's happening. And Michael, the guy with the gun, is eager to get going. He's like, I'm the best shot. Like, how do we know you're the best shot? And he picks up a coffee cup right there and shoots it, which is just not cool.
Total badass.
It's not a good way of showing that you're a stable individual if you can just pick up a gun and shoot it in front of people.
Well, he was showing his badassery.
But it didn't work. He ended up staying home.
Well, someone's got to watch the house. And if he's a good shot, he can hold his own.
I guess.
And nobody wants to hang out with an asshole.
I guess.
So, Michael stays at home.
Yeah.
Everybody...
they go out... where do they go?
There's more screaming about, no?
Not yet.
They go walking. They just go exploring. Right? Because they don't have cars at this point. They just go exploring.
And then they find the cars.
And while on their walk, they make fun of him. They make fun of Nate for just throwing rocks like a child.
Yes.
But good thing he's throwing rocks.
You think
because
that was a subconscious thing he was doing? Throwing rocks, trying to subconsciously find the cars?
No, I think it was just like a bored, I think he's kind of the loser of the group.
You think?
I think so. I mean, not that if you just throw rocks all willy-nilly, you're a loser. But...
Hey, discourage our rock throwers out there.
Like the guy who walks around, or whenever you walk around and you're like, oh, I'm going to kick this thing while I walk.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's being annoying for the sake of being annoying.
Yeah, you're in that kind of mopey-ish mood. Yeah. That's the only reason I kick shit on the ground, if I'm kind of...
If I ever see you kick shit on the ground, I'm like, oh, here's Rob.
What's wrong with Rob?
Mopey Rob.
Son of a bitch. So, but he throws a rock and they hear...
thunk, thunk, thunk.
They hear a thunk, thunk, thunk.
They go find two trucks. One's good to go and the other one's battery's dead.
And that's okay because it's a stick shift, and they're just going to jump it.
Which, that's what you say. I don't know that, and apparently people with amnesia know that too. So,
well, it's just common knowledge that you can push start a manual. Well, you can always push it. It's a little easier to do in reverse. But
that's why it was in reverse.
The first time they jumped it was in reverse. Oh,
later on in the movie.
Yes. Well, no, it was convenient, so they were going in reverse.
So yeah, they find a car. Yeah, and they find more. Before that, they find more dead guys in the forest, and they're trying to figure out what the point of these tied up guys are for. Back at the house, Michael, the guy with the gun, is hearing screaming, and then he's like, "Oh, I think is he English? Because almost like he's bugger, better go figure out what all that screaming is about."
A couple of them have a little like half-assed accent.
Lucas has a weird accent.
He does. Well, District 9. He's South African.
He is in District 9. I don't know if the actor is.
In real life. I don't know. Oh, my dog better not be starting shit.
He's been doing so good.
He has been good. He's been getting weird lately.
So
he gets really weepy.
Michael goes out, finds out what the screaming is, and he sees a guy barbed up.
Barbed wire.
A whole lot of barbed wire.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's a barbed fence, he's in the middle of it.
Oh, he's all tied up, just like in wrestling, where they get tied up in the top rope, the top and the middle rope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, a little more intense because it's barbed wire and there's more around him.
He's saying, help me, help me, help me.
Is he saying help me? I think he's just screaming.
No, he's saying help me.
Is he?
And then when he gets close enough,
he doesn't want help.
He grabs him.
Is he a trap of some sort?
Oh, let me read you what I have written. Gigi, gun guy, finds guy barbed to fence. Owie, it's a trap, it's a trap, it's a trap, and it's a trap. Tries to barb wire strangle him and stabs him in the neck.
Stabs him with a stick. Like,
yeah,
not a tree stick.
That is a blunt
but like,
stick.
It's not. I'll rephrase that. It's not a stick because I think tree stick because we're in the woods.
Yeah,
but it's like a broken fence post stick.
I think it's a broken branch or so.
It's really fun. It's like if you would chop wood terribly.
Yeah. It's blunt.
It's
it
like
definitely
one of those.
broke on contact.
Oh yeah, it's like stabbing somebody with a spoon.
But he seemed happy that he was doing it. But then after a while, he seemed back to go back to his sadness.
Yeah, which I don't because he doesn't play a part later on. Like he's not a booby trap.
No, he's not a reoccurring character either.
No, he comes back for a second, but yeah, there's no. Like I kept waiting because part of me thought like, oh, I remember this guy like he plays a part later on to where it's important that he's stuck in the barbed wire, but it's not.
Yeah,
not at all.
So back in the car,
you're driving around.
Another great logical moment. Lucas finds a photo of everyone.
Find a photo. Yes.
And he's like, John Doe was like, we need to get going, and then Lucas like, there is no we. Look at this photo. You're not in the photo.
You're
and
not
then John
in the
Doe
boat.
was like, what if I took the photo? He said it so quickly, like, well, what if I'm the one taking the photo? And I was like, I would shoot him because he's being cheeky and clever.
It's such a solid because I got written down here. He could be the one taking the photo. Capital could.
Ooh, capital could.
Because it could be taking the photo. It's very, very smart, like very witty.
So they want to go back to the house, and then on the way back they find the barbed wire guy screaming and Michael on the ground. He's not dead yet.
No, but dawn is upon them.
Is it?
Well, I don't know, but I've got here that Michael sure takes a long time to die.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of time has passed, but you're right.
And Shannon is a doctor of sorts. Sharon? Sorry, Sharon. You're
one
right,
of the two.
Sharon.
I think I have Shannon and Sharon written.
Oh, shit. Well,
we'll figure it out.
Barbara Gordon
Barbara Gordon
is a doctor of sorts.
Yeah, she's remembering she could be a doctor of sorts.
Well, it's the hands. The hands remember.
The hands remember.
But then he dies. And then
you're not going to save him. You take that stick out or...
And then the mute's like going crazy, but without saying or sending anything out.
Mm-hmm. And then you got District 9 shot barbed wire guy.
Oh, right in the head.
Oh, a couple
times. He didn't
times.
give a shit.
No, he won't shut the fuck up.
Because his body remembers to just not give a shit.
Yeah,
just
shoot people. But where was Michael stabbed at? Is he stabbed in the side? Was he stabbed in the neck?
Neck, absolutely neck.
Oh, then he's alive for way too long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He should be dead on neck impact. So,
but somehow they go back to the cars, or they just had to
John Doe and
the
Sharon jump one car, and then they go off to find another abandoned building.
A lot of abandoned things. There's a lot of abandoned things in
it says it at the end. Kinda. Anyway,
okay.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
And they find a kid.
The creepy kid.
Creepy kid. That doesn't really go anywhere.
It does.
He says he knows.
It does, because he runs into him later on in the car.
Yeah, and he says he knows Jonah, which is our...
Right, that's how we figure out his name, District 9's name.
His name's Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a dog, and he just wants to get... And he's locked himself into the room, and they just want to get in there, and Jonah's going nuts.
No, but it takes a minute. There's a little bit before, because we do a little cutback. Before Jonah goes nuts, I mean, he wants the kid to open the fucking door.
Sorry.
That's fine. The kid knows Jonah. He tells him that they are coming tomorrow.
Yes.
Then we cut back to Plaid Guy, which I learned now that his name is Lucas.
Okay.
He's having a flashback.
Yes.
What is he flashing back on? Just dragging people? Or... I can't recall his flashback.
Being sick, I think.
Mm-hmm. And then...
Because
Well, Lucas remembers the mute during his flashback.
Yes, but he also... Yes, he remembers touching the mute and the mute being nice to him.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And then we cut back again to the abandoned building.
Yes.
Where the kid hates Jonah.
Yes.
Does not like Jonah.
He did something.
And that's where Jonah flips out and starts shotgun shooting the door.
With the dog behind it.
I think I felt like he should have just shot that fucking dog.
He almost did. There was a little bit of...
There was, well, I mean, you got that buckshot coming out.
Yeah.
It's it's probably hit the dog.
Gonna hit a dog.
And I thought he was gonna hit the girl.
Yeah, that would have been a nice little struggle in the moment.
Because he was shooting the thing, and for some reason he couldn't properly shoot the lock, which is really weird because everybody shoots the lock on the first try in any other movie.
True.
Then
he started hitting it with the crowbar.
I guess there's just a crowbar in this field.
Yeah.
Then he goes back to the gun. But then there's like kind of a cutie moment.
Out of nowhere. Super white light.
Calmed him with the face touch.
Yeah.
Face touch would calm me.
I have Lucas is having flashback with Asian lady, has headaches, and then I have another I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Gotta be.
Lightly touching moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have written about that.
That's because that's what's there. That's why you have it written.
So Nathan is then learning the symptoms of Lucas as he's getting sicker because he's not well.
No, not at all. The guy's a goddamn head case.
So he's trying to learn off the mute what's happening.
Yeah,
that's what Nate's doing, and then the mute takes him to the shack. And
well, because he's asking about the lady with one eye.
Yeah,
which we haven't seen the lady with one eye yet.
No.
Not even in flashbacks. So it's kind of out of nowhere.
No. That was her in the shack. Because
was that her being fed?
Yeah, because he said I wasn't there, but I heard about the lady with the one eye. So that is her. He takes to the same shack, and she's not there. She escaped, and they're like, "Oh shit."
So then it's just Nate and the mute. The mute never gets a name, right?
Huh?
The mute never gets a name.
No.
Okay.
She actually gets called the mute at the end. I have her down as little Asian lady.
Okay. Very descriptive.
But he recognizes the place that they're at with all the shacks around.
A lot of recognizing going on with Nate right now. They force fed this recognizing.
Yes.
Because he remembered the shack.
He finds another bunch of cabins, and then he finds his glasses, which just trigger a whole bunch of memories.
Which I've got magic memory glasses.
Yep.
Now here's a little side. What if they weren't his?
Exactly.
What if he was getting magic memory from somebody else?
No, they're not. The glasses itself aren't giving him the memory flashes.
You never know.
They're his glass. If you lost your memory, but you picked up your phone, you're like, oh, my phone, of course.
So if I saw a picture, if I could prove it was my phone.
No, but you pick it up and you'd see all the Amazon apps / the
I've got
Zoom
about 4 of them. The Tsum Tsum.
Yeah.
The girl at work make fun of me for the Tsum Tsum.
Oh, fuck her.
She was. I saw something. There was like a weird thing with her phone, like her case. There was some weird cutouts. What the fuck is that? She's like, oh, it's my stylus. I was like, oh, do you play Tsum Tsum? Because a stylus works very well with Tsum Tsum. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, oh, Tsum Tsum. So I opened it up, show it to her, and she laughs at me. She's like, oh, is that for your kids? I was like, I don't have kids. She's like, then why do you have that? I was like, because I want to play it. It's a good game. And I get very bad, if any, internet, so I couldn't play it. And I was like, look, I grew up, though, and now I play this. It's Marvel Tsum Tsum. She made fun of me again, and I was like, well, I'm going to go back to work.
Is
This is not the warehouse.
Got it.
I can say I work at Amazon as well. I work at Amazon as well, guys.
It's a big enough place.
No, this is the other place. This is the eatery.
Got it.
I work in an eatery as well. She made fun of me. But whatever. So he gets his memory glasses. What if they weren't his? Okay. So now he's kind of picking up whatever. He's remembering stupid shit like the tree that got hit by lightning, the tree trunk. He finds his glasses. He remembers. And then there's another cut, right?
Yeah.
And it shows this awesome fold-down horse.
Yeah.
Which I love those. We used to have those. My nana's
I have one
Christmas tree.
I've one at my home right now.
She used to have the full Wizard of Oz.
Oh damn!
So I would always play with like the Tin Man. I would always make him fall over.
Yeah.
Because he'd get right back up. They're cool things. They make me happy.
So back at the house.
Now they're back at that. Yeah,
Lucas is more awake. And this is when it gets kind of creepy. Because he grabs he grabs the mute.
Not there yet.
Where are we then?
Asshat Lucas finds the laptop because he's doing some exploring of his own.
Yeah.
Because he was sick, laying on the bed. Then everybody went exploring. Now he's by himself. And I guess he took it upon himself to get up.
In the basement. He went to the basement because he found a little laboratory.
Was it in the basement?
It was in the basement.
Okay.
He found a little laboratory.
Okay, went to the basement and he finds a laptop.
What's on the laptop, bro?
That laptop shows security cameras. Then he looks around a little bit more and finds a handycam, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Finds that handycam and, hey-oh, what's on that handycam? Jonah doing some mad scientist shit.
Yes.
And you know what? I think if he would have watched more, it would have made more sense. But he watched enough to just piss himself off.
He watched enough to jump to a conclusion he wanted.
Yeah, which is understandable because you've got the mute tied up to a fucking blood transfusion.
Yep.
And you've got...
Everyone's screaming.
Who do you got? You got Lucas or Nate?
You got Lucas tied up.
Lucas is tied up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a bunch of sciencey talk about, oh, this is going to work, and they talk about the brain being inflamed or whatever. So now he's, instead of watching it and getting the full story, he's jumped to conclusion that this guy's a little Frankenstein-y.
Mm-hmm. Basically. Mm-hmm. Now, we get back to Jonah and Sharon driving home.
Okay.
And they're looking at each other all lovey-dovey because they know something's happening. They're like,
of course, they can feel it in the heart.
And all of a sudden, boom, tree.
Tree down.
What? What's up with the tree? This is one of my favorite scenes in it, too.
We're missing that Nate. So they cut to Lucas finding the laptop, then they cut back to Nate.
You're missing Nate with Helen?
He finds Helen.
Helen's holding a dead baby. Child.
Very, very zombie-esque.
Yes.
But this is where we get more zombie talking.
Yes.
What I find interesting is that she's a crazy zombie bitch. Mm-hmm. But she gently puts the kid down.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
She's angry.
There's still motherly instincts. There's still human instincts.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I don't know what she yells.
My kid. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not One-Eye Girl, no?
No.
That's just another random?
Yeah.
Okay. And then after all that yelling, there's more that come after him, no?
Yes. No, not yet.
Yeah. Because once he shuts those doors, he looks over and there's more coming towards him.
Screaming.
Yeah, screaming. There's one, though. If you watch the background, not even the background, but it's like, it's in focal point, that there's some droning at him that are screaming, but then there's one just screaming, like covering their ears, kind of looks like a real person. Plays absolutely no part later on.
They look like legit. I think they just get worse.
They do look pretty legit until they get close, and then they just look like extremely sick.
Almost like it's some kind of plague.
Ooh. A plague.
So, yeah, anyway, little lovey-dovey Jonah and Sharon in the car driving home. Tree falls on them. One of my favorite scenes in this movie, when they go figure out, try to what it is, and they see just a whole bunch of lumberjacks chopping wood.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they've been doing it. It's like it's all they know how to do. And he goes over, he's like, hey. And I'm like, that's a bad mood. Don't be loud.
Yeah, well, Sharon Shannon is also saying that, yeah.
Sharon Shannon Barbara Gordon is saying, stop. No, don't say hey. And he's like, oh, shut up, woman. Yes. Hey. And then they instantly start yelling and running towards them.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And then the car won't start, so he gets out and pushes it in reverse to go back to the
because it's easier to jump.
Which I thought was pretty cool to go back, for us to go back to that. Mm-hmm. And then as he's pushing, he's like, they're on me, they're right on me, they're right on me, they're right on me. And then they realize the hanging bodies and the bodies placed everywhere were stopping them for a reason. Right.
They're scarecrows.
They're scarecrows.
You know what I like about the car jump scene? What? Is that they admit previously that the car needs to be jumped.
But they forgot about it?
It's not, no, not that they forgot about it, but it's not just some hokey additive like, oh, this would work. Let's say make the car not start.
Yeah.
Again, more of that smartness in this movie.
Yeah, it's a smart movie.
It's good.
What happens next?
And we got, then they get back to the house.
Yep.
And Lucas is out of his mind with a shotgun and a video camera. He wants to kill Jonah. Jonah. He's yelling. He wants nothing to do with this, or not nothing to do with it, but he's yelling that fucking it's Jonah's fault. And for Shannon, Sharon, Barbara Gordon to watch this video camera.
Yeah. Because
he needs to die. He needs to kill him. And Sharon, Shannon, Barbara Gordon just looks confused. Just like, I can see you being a fucking weirdo, but I kind of don't because I have this weird feeling thing. And then he admits that he's been having flashbacks. And he wants
which I thought was cool. A nice little honest, I don't know what's happening.
All right. He's like, well, I had some flashbacks I wanted to tell you in the car, but I don't know. I didn't know how. And so she watches the video. And what do you think? You think she's a little disgusted by it? You think it's kicking memories back at her?
She always thought, like, even during the movie, you find that she thinks that everything is a bit inhumane. You can't leave her tied up like that. You can't leave her this, even though she's a zombie.
She's a good person.
She's a good person, so she's confused. Yes,
right. Indeed.
Lucas knocks John Doe out, or Jonah, and throws him right back in the what?
Right back in the fucking grave.
Open grave.
It's a big fucking grave.
His second time in there.
Second time of many.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in there for a while.
And then he's in there for a while. He's tied up, isn't he? Or something?
They have his hands tied.
Yeah. He has more flashbacks of killing a girl in the grave he's in.
With the seahorse.
With the tattoo, yeah. He has a flashback of killing her and dragging her to the grave and throwing her in. And this is when all things start to...
And that was some intensity because he had bashed her head in, no?
Oh, yeah.
He was bashing the shit out of her.
She must have been super zombied.
Yeah, well, she didn't look all super zombied. But I'm sure she was in that crazed state.
So, back at the house, Lucas isn't looking well.
Not at all.
And he's saying that him and the girl should run.
Yes.
But he is not looking stable. He acts super creepy. And he says, I'm okay again. Look, I got it written.
Is all three I'm okay comes from Lucas?
Maybe.
Was the second one from Nate?
No.
The second one from the cop guy.
John Doe said one. But Lucas has said a lot of them. He finally acts out being all creepy, and he's just basically trying to make out with the mute for a while.
Well, yeah, he starts running, he starts chasing the mute because he tries to get all sweet.
No. He tries to kiss her first, and then Sharon's like, "Stop what you're doing," and then he pushes her, and then the mute runs. So he chases after her, and then gets all super rapey, and then
he tackles her.
Tries
to make out with her, get a little rapey,
and then who saves her?
Shannon, Sharon, Barbara Gordon comes through with the shotgun,
of course,
and fires a.
And then he just runs through the window and legs it.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, he does. So he takes his shirt off. He runs. He takes his shitty plaid shirt off.
Yeah,
as if it's slowing him down.
Apparently so.
He thinks he's going that goddamn fast.
So, Mute saves John Doe again in the grave.
Right. She always saves him.
Second time in, second time saved.
Yep. Remind me a lot of the Jurassic Park.
What you mean?
Kind of like back in the car again, back in the grave again. No?
I guess.
I mean, not the saving part, but just being back in the grave.
So Jonah goes to where he saw the kid and freaked out with the dog. And he has a flashback of telling someone on a map to take the main road and they'll meet you at the X.
Right. Well, they go back to the house. He's like, oh, I got to go back to the thing.
Yeah.
Gets in the car. He goes back there. And then, he's looking around.
Which I like this moment because it's we learned that character is no one important, but we thought he was.
The kid?
No. When he was telling the courier driver.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, no, that's an important character. It turns out it's nobody. Like,
no, he's just a courier.
Which I thought was cool. I thought it was like, I got attached to this nobody.
Yeah, because they built him up just enough to be somebody, and it was like, no big loss.
And then so he's looking around, and then he just sees, this was a bit I thought was a bit random, the headbanging zombie and the masturbating zombie.
Yes.
That didn't need to be in the movie.
No.
So he walks in and he sees two zombies. One's banging his head repeatedly on the door, and the other one, she's just touching herself.
Yeah,
and moaning.
before he gets there, it just sounds like dead zombie sex.
I wrote down, I bet it's actually just two people having sex, not zombies. There'll be a nice twist.
Right.
He thinks it's zombies, but it's just two people having sex.
Yeah. But what we miss is, during his flashback, he remembers a beer cooler.
Yes.
He remembers that
Which
beer.
is the one he gave to the person and wrote on the map.
Yeah. The courier was, you need to take this to the army.
Yes.
And it was just a cooler. We don't know what's in the cooler. Looks like a beer. Could be a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Could be a couple 40s.
Ooh.
We're not too sure.
Some natty ice.
Yeah, it could be the natty ice because it's cost efficient.
Yeah. I like natty ice.
It's not bad.
If natty ice are listening, email in.
Indeed. You can sponsor us. Our first sponsor. Natty Ice. But yeah, so he finds the weirdo masturbating. Guy's banging his head on the wall.
She eats
not too hard, but he's been doing it for a while.
She has a key that is for what?
Does not have a key. Jonah drops his keys.
Oh, he drops the key.
Those
and
are
then
the car keys.
The zombie picks up the key and then eats it.
I like it with the zombies because they still have a sense of
naughtiness.
being?
Naughtiness, I'd say.
It's not even
because
naughtiness.
Like, I ate the key. Ha ha ha.
Well, that's it. Well, no. Because even before that, she could have just came out. Any other zombie would have just came after him.
Yeah.
Headbanging zombie would have turned his head. Yeah. Apparently, headbanging zombie is just worried about banging his head.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got something to do. But when he drops the keys, masturbating zombie takes note. Like, those are important. And she knows what those are.
Yeah.
We'll never find the car for the rest of her life, but knows what they're for. Will not negotiate with District 9. And he's like, hey, look, I'm going to need those keys. And she's like, fuck it. I'm going to eat them. How hard is it? Do you think you could swallow one key?
Well, this is a zombie.
I'm asking you. I'm asking a live Matt.
If I had to, yes.
Now, the easy thing about one key is it's either going to go down key side down or key side up.
Well, how do we know how it went down?
Well, I'm just saying. But
I'd go key side down.
This key ring has 2 car keys on it. I don't think you're going to line those up properly.
No.
It's got to go down really rough.
I can't imagine it.
Hard.
That taste.
Ooh, the key taste?
Oh,
that's bad. Pennies?
And then he's just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And then it just cuts to him driving the car with the bloody key.
Oh, he got those keys.
I thought that was kind of cool.
It's definitely cool. And it's really good that he got those keys early because they're still going to be right there. If he waited a little longer, he's going to have to go further into that body. But I wonder what headbanging guy did.
Well,
do you think he killed him too?
Nope.
Just to be safe?
Now, what was up with the family after he was driving? A lot of things happened in the next scene.
Oh, there's a lot. Like, yeah, after
shit starts to make sense.
After he gets to the kid's house,
yeah,
like shit just picks up exponentially. So
he's driving back and he sees that old lady with the shotgun picking the car with the zombie in the back.
Yeah,
the zombie, and the old lady's like, "No more needles. You've ruined everything." So we learn that people have an attachment to these zombies.
Right. Well, I think they have an attachment because they know, which we don't know yet. We don't know so much. We might have an inkling, but we don't know that all these people aren't amnesiaed. Yeah. Like this whole house is.
Like everyone else is.
So they know that there's a cure.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fucking everything up because we learned shortly here that it's only a temporary cure. So
True.
he's yelling
because in the background is a car coming closer and closer.
Right, Grandma's pointing the gun at him. Hey!
But it's actually Lucas.
It is Lucas, but
he
finds
the car.
But before Lucas shows up, he finds the courier. The courier?
No, I have. Okay, so what do I have?
Yeah, because he has to find
Lucas
it first.
slams car into his. Can see Lucas is sick. Remembers helping him. Maybe not a zombie. And then I have the movie is people turning into zombies. Serum fixes it and then causes amnesia. That's what, at that point in time, that's what I thought the movie was.
Yeah, but before Lucas shows up to run into him, try to kill him.
He's starting to figure it out.
He's starting to figure it out, but after she leaves...
He sees the carrier, the guy
after Grandma and the kid, because the kid was in that car.
Yeah.
And Crazy Zombie Lady, after they take off, he searches the car, which he finds the courier.
Yep.
He finds a note that he's working with the army.
Yep.
And then he finds the thing that has all the serum in it.
Uh-huh.
Then Lucas shows up, tried to kill him.
Yep.
And then he's like, I know what I'm doing now. This fool is all fucked up. I've got the serum right here. And he pulls... Jesus, he draws like a horse needle worth of shit.
Yeah.
That is a big fuck. It is like a
big
gallon of juice.
Yeah.
And he's trying to reason with him. Hey, man, I can fix you, blah, blah, blah. Lucas wants none of it. He just wants to kill him.
Yep.
Hits him with a rock.
Yep.
He says some weird shit. Like...
Surprised it wasn't, I'm okay, I'm okay.
Hell in my head. Something. I didn't go back. I should have. Because I wanted to know what he said. But not bad enough, obviously. So, that's that.
That's 2 casualties, but everyone's trying to get their memory back now. Because it's been long enough.
Mm-hmm. And then we cut back to the house.
Lucas died, and then he gets his memory. Sorry, Lucas died, and then Jonah gets his memory back. And then I have in big writing, so does his brother Nate. Oh, they're brothers.
Oh, that's right.
Because they basically have which I like. They had a simultaneous flashback from each other's point of view, and it was the same scene, which I thought was cool.
Nice.
Basically, they were using this whatever serum to get Lucas back on because he got infected.
Mm-hmm. Lucas got bit up, no?
Probably. And then he was using the serum to get him back. And while they were... Gosh, what happened? Lucas came back, and then Nate forgot to lock the gates, and the zombies got out. So everyone was freaking out. Jonah fought one, killed it, and was dragging it to the pit, and then got radioed that everyone was getting attacked. And he's like, "No, everyone, just go to the house and take the serum. I'll be right there." Right. And then he gets bit and knocked into the grave, so he has to do the serum himself.
Right.
So that's how he gets it. And the other five,
yes.
Just inject themselves.
And it's rather intense when he's injecting himself. He's just like, you could see his eyes like he's blacking out, and he's just like,
he's not happy about it.
Your name's Jonah Cook.
Very what's the movie called? Hardcore
Henry?
Huh?
Hardcore Henry?
Very Hardcore Henry moments in it.
Indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, things start to make sense. So this cure for this plague or zombie thing is causing amnesia, which makes sense. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to make sense.
And we're talking about these people are losing it for about a day and a half, huh?
Yeah, it's
before
almost the 18th. It's almost the 18th.
Mm-hmm. So now we're back at the house.
Yes.
And Nate's freaking out with a gun.
Yes.
At this point, I think Nate's the bad guy, because again, I don't fully remember. Like, I think there's going to be some flip happening. Nate is not the bad guy. Zombies are trying to get in.
Nate and Sharon are shooting them off.
You get a kind of a classic zombie, kind of just like trying to get in the house, kind of drowning.
Yeah, that's true.
Nate is a terrible shot.
Yeah.
Did you see how he popped out behind that counter? Or behind that chair or whatever it is.
The wall.
Just not only shot the wall, but just like waved his arm from one side to the other.
Opened the window wider because
crookedly.
Of his
gun. Oh yeah, he fucked up everything. He's a terror. Shoots like an asshole. And then this goes on for a while. They talk about
all of a sudden,
she's like, I got to write a note to Jonah, let him know because he's not going to remember.
They're close to death. She decides to write a note about something.
Yeah,
which I'm like, why are you writing a note?
You got to. We write notes.
Stupid.
And then it's you got Jonah's running Jonah's been running for like a half hour.
He has a voiceover. Here to help. Failed plague spread. The 18th. They are coming. And then I wrote, they member.
They member.
I have they member.
You know what? I was going to do a Member Berries thing when he found the glasses.
Remember the glasses? Remember the zombies?
Remember your glasses?
I remember. Remember, Nate? Remember? So...
but they think like their army's going to show up. That's what happens on the 18th. The army comes and helps us.
Yes.
Which couldn't be further from the fucking truth.
So, the dawn of the 18th happens. And you hear pew, pew,
yep.
pew, zombies going down outside. Nate's like, the army's here. Like, yes, we that was on the 18th. We made it.
Oh yeah, he's
Walks
coming
out,
all in his pants.
Typical, like you once you walked out in that slow cam, you know.
Yeah. Like, the army is not there for you.
Yeah, the army's there to stop the contagion.
But he's so like, it's so good because he's so like, finally, yes. But then you just like it gradually is just like,
he remembers.
Are you here?
Yeah.
Are you gonna help? You're here to help us, right? Hello. And
dead.
And dead. Which is exactly what I have. I have and with 7 A's.
Oh.
Dead.
A lot of A's.
/ over the walkie you hear, no survivors.
Yes.
Pretty intense.
I do remember that.
Pretty intense.
Sharon and Jonah meet up. Jonah remembers that he has a brother. Like he says it out loud. Sharon probably knows already. They're running away. And then Sharon just gets randomly stabbed.
By one-eyed Helen.
I get it, yeah.
But they weren't running with Helen, right?
No.
Like that bitch just showed up with a
real quick
with a pirate's knife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just Canada stabbed him. A lot of stabbings in Canada. Canada stab. Weren't you telling me that people get cut in Ireland?
Yeah. Stabbings a lot.
Wasn't it so you knew somebody some girl wouldn't make out with him?
So he stabbed her.
He just kind of cut her a little bit.
Yeah, just with a surgical knife. She didn't realize it until much later.
Why did he have a surgical knife?
Who knows?
How well did you know this guy? Did you just meet him?
Oh no, I know her.
Oh, you knew her.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, hey, you're kind of bleeding, and then we saw it. There was like
just a little bit.
There was she must have been in shock. Must have not even noticed it.
You've got a bit of red on you.
Yeah.
Ooh, zombie theme. That's got to be an awful feeling. Like
she gets stabbed. They got to keep running from the army. Where do they hide?
The grave.
Back into that open grave. Can't get out of it.
I think this somehow makes a total of 4 times in the grave.
3.
3 times in the grave?
3 times in the grave. 1 foot in the grave. So they're in there.
They get real sentimental.
Tells him to read the note. He's too busy mourning over his soon to be dead wife, but
were they husband and wife?
Yeah. Or whatever, lovers.
Yeah.
So he injects them both with the memory stuff, thinking that'll save them.
Did they share a needle?
Yes.
Ooh, that's love.
That's what's love got to do with it?
Needles.
So did that. She died. Like she didn't make it. Die. He woke up, kind of freaking out why there's a dead body on him.
Oh yeah.
And then kicked the note away. Which I'm like,
that sucks.
That would have been really good if we never read that note. That I like that part.
Would have been super helpful if he had it.
That sucks. Oh no. Remember
your wife.
And then who kicks him? Who saves him?
The
mutant.
No, not a mutant. Yeah, you can't call her a mutant. She's not a mutant.
Saves them, gets up. They get out. They walk around.
Well, this whole time there's a voiceover as well, right? Like explaining where doctors. This is where the reading. Okay.
Yeah, and they explain that they're doctors. They were sent in to stop the plague. They didn't state it, but it sounded like the army was. You have until the 18th, or else we're killing you all. Like you have until the 18th to figure it out.
We're clearing everything.
Or we're clearing everything. The mute is the answer. Her blood is the cure. And when you eventually remember, which we find out is about 2 days, then keep going, and it cuts to because this plague has covered the whole world, and it cuts to them looking out over like a valley of all dead bodies.
Oh, there's so many dead bodies.
So like the biggest open grave.
It's got to smell like shit. It's not even an open grave. It's just a canyon.
When he got thrown down there by Lucas, he was at first covering his nose. By the end of it, he was just sitting there, mouth open and everything, breathing it in. He didn't give a shit.
No. You get used to it. It's like you don't. If you go in to take a big old duty, like
you just get used to it.
Acknowledge it, like, oh, this is a gross duty, and then you're just like, well, here I am.
So basically, he's used to this. Sorry, he
been there, done that.
Basically, he's lost his memory again. He knows that this lady,
oh fuck yeah,
this mute is something. He's trying to figure it out, wondering why there's so many dead bodies everywhere. Film ends.
That's it.
We don't know what's happening.
Big pullback to show all these dead bodies.
Ooh, big pullback. A lot of dead bodies.
That's a helicopter shot.
Yeah. Or drone. 2013.
No, they're not droning at this time.
All right.
Not popular enough.
So, what you think? I know you made me watch it, but I'm making you.
Me? I enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was a very clever movie. I thought it was done really well.
Original. I'll give it the original point.
When I first watched it, it had me. It drew me in because I liked, like, I was misled, or like thinking, oh, this is what's going to happen because this is a stereotype.
Yeah.
Or I've seen this before.
The amnesia horror.
Yeah, the amnesia horror, like, but
genre.
They changed it just enough that it held my attention, and it was a solid movie. It was a very good movie.
Fair enough. I was very surprised by it. I only stopped it twice, I said, to make breakfast and to go to the bathroom.
And to make a pee.
I actually got pretty into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of my favorite movies, but I was just surprised by how much I liked it because I'd never heard anything. It took me off guard. I watched it today, so I usually need about a day and a half to figure out if I really love a movie or not. Like if it really stuck with me. Like whenever I go see any superhero movies, someone, oh man, what did you think of the new Ant-Man? I was like, just saw it. Give me 24 hours and then come back to me, and I'll really assess it. So. But I know, but Suicide Squad, I could tell right. I walked out. I was like, nope. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's an easy one to
give
be
me
like.
24 hours to figure out why it was so shit. But that was
24
shit.
hours to figure out why I fucking saw it. Why I didn't leave earlier.
I spent $7 at a 10:30 in the morning matinee. I was like, I'll pay $7 for that.
I didn't make it to that one, right?
No,
I was working.
Yeah,
that was the one Wham got all butthurt about. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
And then he downloaded it online, the special edition extended cut for about $20.
Oh God. Should have just rented it.
He said it was he should have rented he should have borrowed it. Connor could borrow it for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Connor knows how to borrow movies.
Yeah, and Connor gave him like, "What? Why did you're an idiot. Why did you spend that much?"
You should go back and look at all the deleted scenes or the
I don't know. I don't want to. It's done. It's dead.
I borrowed it a while ago. I still haven't watched it.
Kill it.
It's just it's not good. And it's true. The Joker has no reason to be in that movie.
Not at all, except to be a connection to Harley Quinn.
Is Batfleck going to do he signed up to write or direct?
Write and direct his
write and direct
with help from
a lot of help.
A good DC writer.
Good for him. Should have got Kevin Smith. Is it going to be a Joker movie?
No, it's going to be a Deathstroke movie.
Oh, is it?
An assassin who's on par with his martial arts skills.
Good.
Played by an actor.
It's not going to be Will Smith. Will Smith's Deadshot.
Deadshot, yes. Right. Deathstroke and Deadshot. Deadpool.
Oh, so they're going to cross with Green Arrow? Well, they need to cross with Green Arrow.
Okay, yes. Deathstroke was in Green Arrow. Agreed. But they're not. It's a different universe.
But Green Arrow is an original part of the Justice League, no?
He's in the Justice League, yeah. But
so they need him to do this Green Arrow, to do this Justice League movie.
Next year there'll be 2 Flashes.
Oh. The TV, the Warner Brothers Flash, and
the TV and the movie Flash. Yeah. So there could be 2 Green Lanterns, 2 Green Arrows.
We already know how many Green Lanterns there are.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah. Final thoughts? This is our last podcast of the night, so we're winding down.
Yeah, we did a twofer.
Yeah.
We did a twofer. Pretended it was a week apart.
Yes.
But went for the twofer.
Haha, gotcha. Because we won't be taking a holiday break next week.
Most likely.
Probably.
Yep.
I think we have enough to launch, though, right?
Yeah, I've just got to go back and edit. I'm having a little bit of issues editing the first couple before we switch to dual channels.
Okay.
Just because it's hard to take out all the glip-glops. But hopefully we'll be able to have those. They're going to be a little rough, but we'll get them. We'll get them figured out the best we can.
Fair enough. Right, well,
So.
I hope everyone has a good night. I hope everyone has happy holidays, and this will be launched in 2017, so
Definitely.
I guess we'll see everyone in 2017.
Indeed. Hope you guys had a good New Year. Safe. No DUIs.
Yes. Ooh, no. Watch out for those checkpoints. Insert checkpoint here.
Right. But yeah, thanks for sticking with us this many episodes, and hopefully we gave you enough shit to deal with.
Or thanks for, if this is the first episode you decided to listen because it's at the end of the list. Thanks for listening.
That's right. Open grave.
Any open grave, flat earth.
Flat earth.
Any questions, comments, or concerns? Keep them to yourself.
That's it.
See you later.
Bye.